All right. Hopefully some
Yay!
people will start coming in.
I'm so excited.
I am too. I cannot wait to see everybody show up to the party.
Oh, let me see. Here we are. Here we
Oh,
are.
hey everybody.
Hi.
We are gonna wait for some of you to show up before we get started. Hopefully you guys are excited. Hey, Selenita, you're the first one to the party. Hey.
Yay! Welcome.
Oh, hi, Mindy. Oh, she's here to the party too.
Hi.
Yay, our VIPs are arriving early.
Yay!
Carla, hi, Carla. Oh my goodness, it's a pleasure doing this. Hopefully you guys got your questions ready. Beautiful Carolyn. Oh my goodness, love you, Carolyn. Oh,
How
so
fabulous is
happy to
that
see
picture?
you.
I mean, how gorgeous.
Yes, she's amazing. Oh, we're happy you're here, Carolyn. Oh, I'm so happy for the support tonight. Wow. Yes, we're excited you're here too, Mindy. Hey, we're going to talk skincare. Skincare. So hopefully everybody's in their PJs and you all are just ready to relax and you have your waters and we're just going to have a good time. We're going to talk skincare and Scott's going to walk us through a flawless nighttime skincare routine where we have clear skin. The next day we wake up. Hey, Venice.
Yay.
I feel like I want to say.
I will, literally, Sean and I will be able to turn our devices off and roll over straight into bed because we're already in our pajamas and ready to go.
Our PJs. Hey,
yes,
Maria.
we are ready to go to bed. It is way past my bedtime, by the way. Anyway.
Yes, mine too. Hey, guys, we have the link also. We have a giveaway going on in this, so make sure you stay to the very end. Ooh, the gold recovery mask. It's a good giveaway. Good giveaway.
Really nice one.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, there you go. I'm already done with my skincare, ready for the bed. I can't miss it. Oh, I'm glad you came then. Honey. Hi, Glamour Guru Nay. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Glamour Guru Nay. I feel like it should be said like with some sort of
yes.
Oh my goodness. So good to have everybody. So Scott, we've got a good bit of VIPs to the party.
All right. Well, let's get the party started.
Yeah.
So I wanted to we both wanted to kind of just share a very simple yet effective nighttime routine. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to the very end of the day, like I want to make sure that I am, hey, Allison, hey, Allie, how are you? Hello from Bonsoir up there in Montreal.
Oh, look at you.
I did a little French there.
Uh-huh.
She was making fun of my French earlier. I have this little Alabama accent. But anyway, we wanted to do a very simple but yet effective nighttime routine. And what I was just going to say is, I don't know about you all, but at the end of the day, I'm in two moods. I am going to take a long time and I'm going to do a very long and drawn out routine, or I'm going to keep it very simple. And I know, hopefully none of you are the types that go to sleep with your makeup on. I hope that's not the case.
Right.
I hope you are all smarter than that. I believe you all to be. But in my 22 years in the cosmetic industry, I've run across those people. And I'm just horrified at the thought. Now, there's a whole other situation where if you pass out in your makeup, now that's a whole other story from too much wine or whatever. That's a whole other story. But please take care of your skin at night. Your skin is in a resting state and it's more susceptible to take treatment. So that's why a lot of times night creams tend to be a little bit more intensive than day creams. Night serums, things of that nature tend to be a little bit more. No, never go to sleep with makeup on. Praise you, yes. So what I chose were 6 products that are kind of a very simple yet effective routine to do at nighttime, and your skin is going to thank you in the morning when you wake up and you're ready for your day. And I know, Sean, you and Angela Barthel did a segment live the other night about creating the beautiful canvas and a beautiful look to the skin. You can't do that unless you have been taking care of your skin. Like makeup can only do so much. And there's a lot of technologies out there that can create, a flawless canvas and stuff, but you got to take care of your skin. I used to always tell people that today is the youngest you're ever going to look.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true. It's a little slap in the face, but unless you have some surgeries done, and if you do, that's fine. I'm not going to say I haven't had anything done, which I haven't, but, whatever. Okay, so let's get started. Take my bifocals off so I can see. So we've already cleansed our skin. So I don't know what you used to wash your face tonight, but I used our beautiful rice and geranium foaming cleanser. I can't live without that. Mm-hmm. That cleanser, literally a little bit goes a long, long way. It's water activated. It removes the day. It can remove makeup. And it has rice bran to gently exfoliate your skin. Sean, what did you use to wash your face tonight?
I use I think that's the same thing you used, the gardenia.
The rice and geranium
cleanser? Rice and geranium.
Okay, perfect. So removes the day, removes makeup, removes any kind of impurities that you receive through the day. And of course, you have to follow it with rose water. So always doing a couple of mists and breathing in. That's all part of it. So I always say, it's a Z-like pattern. Yeah. It's kind of like, out in your front yard when you were a little kid and you have the sprinklers that you would run through in the summer. It's that. I love this. This rose water is so special. It's not just roses and water. The Rose de May is harvested only 2 weeks out of the entire year during the month of May. And they're harvested by hand. And they're put over into these big copper pots and they're allowed to dry. And then they pour artesian well water over into the pots and it goes through a distillation process. And 100% of the rose petals distill into the water. So what you literally have in these bottles are rose petals and artesian well water, which is the cleanest, the purest water on the planet. Rose water is naturally rich in vitamin C because the roses are, but it's an uplifting smell. They also say that the smell of roses opens your heart chakra. Yeah. So this just shouldn't be used after your cleanser like a toner. You can use it as a setting spray on top of your makeup after you've finished. I keep one in my refrigerator. I live in Dallas and it gets brutally hot here in the summer. So I keep one in the fridge. I come in from outside. I mist myself and cool off immediately. This is also the last thing I do before I go to sleep. And the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I grab my rose water and give myself a healing breath and a beautiful mist of it. So that's going to start off the routine. Now that I've talked and this has had time to dry on my face, I'm going to put a little bit more back on.
All right.
Because I like to have
You're doing this now, Scott.
Yeah.
Vicky did this in her video and she was like, oh. Yeah. It's so good.
It's looking fabulous. I like to have my skin a little damp because I'm going to do it again. Because when I go to put my serum on, I feel like it gives it a little bit more slip. So we're now going to go into the BioLifting Serum. So the BioLifting Serum is our ultimate line reducing serum. This is going to lift. This is going to firm. This is going to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles. It also has raspberry stem cells. Raspberries are extremely soothing to the skin. They help visibly reduce redness in the skin. There's hyaluronic acid, which we all know is an incredible moisture magnet. There's also Imperatus cylindrica that helps draw moisture into the skin as well, which is a botanical that we've used for many, many years and stuff. So it's wonderful. So, and what I also love about this, and we were talking about this last night, This is great for all skin types.
Right.
You know, it's really hard to find an anti-aging, line reducing, lifting and firming serum that's great for all skin types. Usually it tends to be a little too heavy for people who have more of an oily skin type, but it's not the case for this. It's great for oily skin types. It's great for dry skin types. It's great for everybody. So what I like to do is I take the dropper and I put one drop on my index finger, the middle finger, and then my ring finger. So literally all you have are 3 little drops there. And then I take my other 3 fingers and massage and start in the center and swipe out.
So you can use this on your décolleté as well, right? Because
you can use it anywhere.
Neck and everything, we don't want to
neck, décolleté. It's fabulous. Now, we don't necessarily say to use it around the eyes, and the only reason is because there are essential oils in it, and sometimes people have a little issue sometimes with essential oils close to the eyes. I put it around my eyes sometimes, but we don't.
Hello.
The official statement is no. Hi, everybody. I'm going to let it sit here for a second because it also has a natural tensing agent. It literally will tighten your skin. So, and I'm already starting to feel my skin
tighten,
tighter. Yeah, it's a fabulous, fabulous product. If there is a serum, if you're in the market for a line reducing, lifting and firming serum, BioLifting Serum is a must-have. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. It has a special. There's a couple of different peptides in it that I'm going to speak about.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is our anti-wrinkle hexapeptide, which is our Botox-like ingredient. I was actually reading right before we got on here about peptides, and there are different types of peptides, and you can speak to this as well. You definitely know a lot more than I do. There are different peptides, and there is one peptide in here, our anti-wrinkle hexapeptide, that is like a Botox-like ingredient. And what it does is it sends a message, and those chemicals that can cause muscle contraction are reduced. So those chemicals that are released, and correct me if I'm wrong, are inhibited so that there is less muscle contraction, which muscle contraction is what causes a fine line or wrinkle. So there's a peptide, the anti-wrinkle hexapeptide, which is our Botox-like ingredient, is in here. Do you want to add anything to that about peptides or?
Yeah, because when we're 18 and we're getting older, we lose 1% of collagen and elastin. And there's 3 peptides or polypeptides that is in collagen. So when you use a collagen or when you use a peptide infused product onto the skin, it's going to stimulate that collagen because the key is to slow that process down because we want to age gracefully. And our lifestyle too plays into our aging, the speeding up of our aging as well, like smoking, sun, and all of that. So to have peptides in skincare products like this is truly beneficial because your collagen backbone is made up of 3 of them.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that any better. We have doctor in the house, so that's why I deferred to her. I'm like, you need to ask her about all that. But yeah, peptides are important, and that's what I love about our skincare. Our skincare is 70 to 100% natural. And we used to have a little saying that we're the perfect marriage of science and nature. And what that means is we have the natural botanical ingredients, we have the natural base to our skincare, but we also have the power of peptides, the science added into our skincare to really make it effective. And there are some brands that are out there, and I'm not knocking any brands, that are 100% natural, and they're fabulous. And I may have 1 or 2 of them in my bathroom. I'm not going to say I don't. I love their products. I love natural products. But we kind of take that science, the power of peptides, and put that into our skincare to really make sure that it's an effective product that's really going to do what it claims to say it does. I love this. There's another peptide that you're going to hear me speak about on a numerous occasion tonight, and that is our refining lipopeptide. Now, the refining lipopeptide was specifically designed to address vertical lines. So marionette lines, the little 11s between your brows, those little crow's feet, any vertical line. Vertical lines tend to be a little bit harder to fight than a horizontal line. But this refining lipopeptide specifically addresses those vertical lines. So it's great for even the little lines around the mouth, the marionette lines, the 11s as we call them, or the vertical crow's feet. So that refining lipopeptide specifically targets those vertical lines. And again, the anti-wrinkle hexapeptide is our Botox-like ingredient, and both of those are in here. Now,
how often would you use that? Is just as
every morning and every night.
There you go.
Every morning and every night. It is there. Like I said, there are some days that I'm gonna not spend a lot of time on my skincare, and there are some days that I am. Either way, this is going on my face, no matter what. And there have been days in the summer when I'm running out the door and I don't really want to feel like I have anything on my face. I may just put this on in sunscreen and go. Now, I'm not recommending that because you do need to use a moisturizer.
Yeah.
But if it's a really hot, sticky, humid day here in Dallas, I don't want a lot on my face because I personally, the texture of things are very important to me. I gotta like the way it feels on my skin. If I don't, I'm not going to use it. That jar or that bottle is just going to sit there and I'll never use it. And that's money wasted. So I got to like the way it feels. So there are some days that I may just throw this on and my Ultra Sun Protection SPF 45 primer and sunscreen and run out the door. But you should be using a moisturizer. Now, the next step is our Radiance elixir. Now this, I know for some of you that are on here, you love this as much as I do.
Yes.
I did not know I needed this product in my life until Sylvie gave it to me. And it is truly that product that I didn't know I needed until I got it. And I started using it. And OMG, Radiance Elixir is that glow-getting serum. It's that product that's going to make you look more well-rested in the morning when you wake up. And it's going to make you look more awake earlier in the day. There are skin awakening peptides in this guy that actually helps with microcirculation in the skin and make you look more awake, more have a rosier complexion, I guess, so to speak. Really help getting the juices flowing, I guess you could say, to make you look more awake. And we all have a clock gene that's built into our skin that turns on at different times of the day for everybody. I personally don't think my clock gene turns on till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, some people pop right out of bed and they're looking just as chipper and happy and ready to go. I am not that person. But this makes me look more well-rested earlier in the day. There is the refining lipopeptide that is also in here. So that, again, is addressing the vertical lines, the 11s, the marionette lines, the crow's feet. So when I say crow's feet, this is a product that you can... Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
I just talked to her a little bit ago. We're talking about one of our favorites, our Radiance Elixir.
Yay.
You can actually use this guy around the eyes. So it is safe to use around the eye area. And we all need radiance around our eyes. Hey, feisty lady. It's okay. So the refining lipopeptide, the skin awakening peptide, they're all in here. There's a lotus japonica extract to help reduce fine lines and wrinkles. But there's also a crystal peptide. And that crystal peptide creates a glass-like appearance to the skin. It helps promote your skin's own natural exfoliation process so that your skin looks smoother, more radiant. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. And it does almost have like an opalescence to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. And you can use this a couple of different ways. So I'm actually going to really slather this up. You don't have to use a whole thing, but I love it. So I am. And I'm literally just going to go right on top of my bio-lifting serum. And I'm even going to go over my eyes with it. Very gently.
So another key ingredient I saw in here was carotenoids, which is really important too. And for anyone who is curious about like carotenoids, They really do help to brighten up. Like if you see your tomatoes have that bright orange color, your bell peppers, carotenoids do that because they allow the plants to be able to grab light energy and convert it for photosynthesis. So that's given it that bright orange and yellow look to the skin of the veggies. But where it comes into skincare is that it really does bring this radiance to the skin because it's doing that also for the plant. So
Right.
in the epidermis and your dermis and the sebaceous fat that we have carotene there. But again, as we age, all of this we're losing. So to have that added ingredient in here as well is a bonus because it's working as your antioxidant. It's helping to fight off those free radicals, loaning them an electron. I won't go too deep into that, but also just giving you that radiant look to the skin because it's doing what it does for the plant for your skin.
Yeah, perfectly. Do you need you should come work for us.
Okay.
Oh, come on. I love it.
Done. I'm there.
I love it. Yeah, carotenoids are how do you pronounce it?
Carotenoids.
Carotenoids. Okay, so
Mhm.
I can't wait to be on a trainer's meeting with that and be like, "Hell, we've been saying it the wrong way." We always say carotenoids. So I can't wait to.
It's
teach more people.
your alpha, your gamma, and your beta carotene. You've heard that before.
Yes.
And in the tomatoes, a carotenoid or a carotene is lycopene.
Yeah.
So there you go. You've got it in
Perfect.
your
I
skincare.
love it. Oh, I can't wait to tell everybody they were wrong. That was just fabulous. I love it. No, I'm joking. I'm not really, but I am sort of. Okay, so now the next step. Oh, I kind of love this.
I'm excited too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, I hope you've been listening and you're taking notes because I'm saying a lot of things and there's some information and there's a way that you can win one of these.
Yes.
This is our gold recovery mask. This is heaven in a jar. This is literally the most heavenly thing for your skin. It's this beautiful, it literally looks like butter. I am not joking. It is heaven, 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 heaven. Now, I'm going to take some, about that much, which is way too much. Way too much. But, you know, why not? I'm going to put it in the palm of my hand. Okay. Now I'm going to put the lid on it before I drop it. And now, while that's in my hand, I'm going to grab my Rose de May face oil. And I am going to actually put 2 to 3 drops right there in with it. Maybe I put 4, but you know that's okay. So the little oil and the mask are here together, and I'm literally just going to mix it all up.
Angela's making fun of us in our sleepwear.
Oh my God. We are luxurious in our sleepwear. Luxurious. Now, okay, I want you to describe how this feels, putting it on.
Like butter.
I mean,
it's smooth. It's soft. It makes the skin feel really soft.
It also works as a really good pomade. I'm noticing that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was having a little bit of an issue. I was speaking earlier about my hair over here, and it's actually like laying it down. So my face starts back here. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but my forehead starts back here. Okay. So I take care of all that. But OMG, like you can even see how radiant. Look at my hand, the palm of my hands.
Yes.
This stuff is incredible. So there are silk fibers with 24 karat gold attached to them. Okay. It's not greasy.
No, not greasy at all.
Not at all. Silk and gold, both powerful antioxidants to help protect your skin. Gold is very energizing. Okay. So I always kind of give the correlation or the association of like your car battery is dead and you need a jump start. It's kind of what gold does for your skin. It kind of re-energizes it, brings it back to life. Yeah. Kind of gives it that radiant, healthy glow. Gold has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands, hundreds of years. It's also used, gold threading for in
Mhm.
surgery to kind of
Right.
help heal a wound or in a surgery. So Sylvie
Thank you, Minnie.
actually started using gold because she had an accident. Angela, I know you're on here and you're going to have to remind me how this urban legend goes. She was, I believe, on a camel and she fell and broke her leg or something, and they gave her um, colloidal gold to drink to help with the. I mean, Sean, am I like talking crazy nonsense
No,
here?
that's true, because the Romans used to use it too in wounds. They would
Okay.
use the colloidal gold inside the wound to bring about speedy healing. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there was something had happened somewhere with somebody, and I'm not sure if it was Sylvie. Um, and there was something had happened. I know it felt crazy. Something happened, and
Okay.
she used colloidal gold, and
Mm.
she realized the effectiveness of gold, and so she's like,
Mhm.
"Well, we need to use it in our skincare." So that's kind of how our whole gold line of products was born. Okay, fast forward to 2018, 17, we come out with the gold recovery mask. Gold recovery mask also has refining lipopeptide to help address the vertical lines. Remember? Vertical
Mhm.
lines here, around the mouth, around the eyes. So it's going to plump up those fine lines. This also has a blend of soothing botanical extracts. There's
Mhm.
black currant seed oil, there's sunflower seed oil that are all balloon vine extract that are all anti-inflammatory. So it's very calming and soothing to the skin.
Yes.
There's also an energizing microalgae that really imparts a radiant, healthy glow to your skin after using it. It is a wonderful, wonderful mask that you can sleep in. So we're not going to wash this off. We're actually going to
Right.
go to sleep with this on. So this would replace your step of your moisturizer at night. So you're going to put your gold mask on. We also make another wonderful mask called the BioLifting mask that you can sleep in. We also make jasmine mask that you can sleep in. But this gold mask, literally tomorrow when we go to wash our face in the morning when we wake up, it literally, your skin just feels like little pillows. Like it's the softest, like little clouds. Like it's just your skin thanks you in the morning. So I like to mix the Rose de May face oil in with it to
Mhm.
give it a little extra added hydration.
Got it.
We're in the winter months. It's definitely colder. You guys on the East Coast, brace yourselves. The polar vortex is coming for you. I hate to
Yes.
break it to you.
Tomorrow we have snow in New York. If you
Yeah,
all are
like
in New
bad,
York, get
like
ready.
a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Allie, up there in Montreal, I know you're probably like negative
Oh,
5,000
Allison.
degrees right now. So hydration is very important for your skin, especially in the winter when the air is drier outside. Okay, good. I got the story right. Um, I was going to say she fell off an elephant or she fell off, but it was a camel. I think she was in India. I think, I believe. Anyway, moving on. Rose de May face oil. This is 100% natural. It has paracress, it has wing kelp to help brighten and help address fine lines. It's a blend of 5 different rose oils. Yes, it's good for oily skin because it's a dry oil. I am actually, or I used to be oily, and I'll be honest with you, and anybody that's ever been oily will understand what I'm saying. The thought of putting an oil on my face, I was
Yeah.
like, that's a product I'm just not going to use. Not. However, I did start using it and I became less oily
Mm.
because your skin kind of realizes, so the sebaceous glands
Right.
are what produce oil. So, and that is your skin's natural way of hydrating itself.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I've learned through the years with skincare is that people who have oily skin, immediately the thing you want to do is you want to wash your face. You want to remove that feeling of oiliness. Okay. Yeah, that's great. And yeah, you need definitely to clean your skin, but a lot of people want to really mattify the skin. And what that does is it tells the sebaceous gland,
To produce more oil.
make more oil,
Yeah.
make more oil. So
Yeah.
you're almost perpetuating the problem and creating a monster, so to speak. And so I can't tell you how many times people that have oily skin go, I'm not using a moisturizer. No, you need to use a moisturizer so it will kind of balance all of that out so that your sebaceous glands kind of normalize and not overproduce oil that it has been. But this is a dry oil. It's 100% natural. It's a blend of 5 rose oils. So there's the rose de mai, there's rose geranium, there's rose hip, evening primrose, and rose damascena. So there's all these oils that really help nourish and hydrate the skin, soothe, also brighten the skin, help diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So this rose oil is something that everybody can use. Angela, I have oily skin, and it took them a lot of convincing to get me to use it. Now I love it as my night treatment, especially after exfoliating at night.
Oh, yeah.
It is one of the most heavenly products that you could ever get. And I will tell you, these guys, I will tell you, a bottle will last me almost a year. Because
Wow.
you only need like 2 or 3 little drops, and that's all you need. Now, I'll also in the winter will mix a few drops in with my moisturizer for the daytime just to give me that extra added hydration. Especially when I was on trips to Toronto or New York in the winter, Chicago especially, where that is really cold and really dry. I'll add those drops of rose oil in with my moisturizer. That's how I apply it. Some people like to use it on top, directly onto their skin. They'll put it in their hands and press it in. So use instead of I wouldn't necessarily, I think you need to use a moisturizer.
Yeah.
This is like, think of this as kind of like a power bar for your workout. Not that you have to have a power bar for the workout, but if you eat that power bar before you work out, you're going to have a better workout. Does that make sense? No? Yes? Does that make sense? Sean, am I losing you there?
Oh, no, you haven't listened to me. I was looking at somebody else listening.
I'm like, hello?
I thought you were talking to everything on here.
It's not that you have to have that oil in your moisturizer for your moisturizer to be great, but it does give you a better, more effective product.
Yeah.
Some people may want to just use an oil instead of a moisturizer. I just am the rule of thumb, you got to use a moisturizer.
Yeah.
And people have always said, like, if I can't get everything, what should I get? Get the moisturizer, because that is kind of the 360-degree approach.
Yeah, it's like the fundamental building blocks of a skincare routine. You know, a cleanser, a toner, the moisturizer, and your sunscreen, and then everything else you bring in to help with skincare concerns. So yeah,
that's why serums are like they're very specific.
Yeah,
as to what they target. So like, let's say that you needed brightening. You want to brighten your skin, so you would use a brightening serum.
Right.
Maybe you want to help reduce fine lines and wrinkles. You're going to use a line reducing serum.
Yeah.
And now serums have the technology that they kind of can do a couple of different things, you know?
Yeah.
Technologies have definitely improved. And you're able to get one serum that kind of takes care of a lot of things all at once. But the rose oil, I definitely recommend to people. It's a great product just to have in your skincare arsenal. And it's really, really wonderful. My 14-year-old son has skin but has breakouts. He has sensitive skin too. It's hard to figure out a good routine for him. Yes. I'll tell you, that age, there's so many hormones that are going through their body that their skin does not know what to do. They don't know left from right, up from down. And it is very difficult to find a routine. But when it comes to breakouts, I've always, and I am not a dermatologist, I'm not even an esthetician. I've just been doing this a long time. And I'm just going to give you my advice, and you can take it for what it is. I always say less is more. Don't get crazy with trying to do like all these different steps, all these different products. To Sean's point, you need a good cleanser, something that's going to remove like the impurities from the day. Like, does he do sports? Like, you need something that's going to gently yet effectively cleanse his skin. And you said that he's dry, but he's also breaking out. So you need a good moisturizer that's going to give his skin that hydration that they need without it being too heavy. Okay.
Right.
Just really look also like if there is a moisturizer that could, you know, some have salicylic acid that's going to help target breakouts specifically, things like that. So look for something like that. Chantecaille, we don't really have anything with salicylic acid in it yet.
Right.
We have something coming in next season that
Mm-hmm.
I think is wonderful, and I'm so excited. Angela and I learned about it today a little bit, but that'll be coming spring of next year and stuff. So it's something that I could definitely recommend to you, but it's not out yet, and I apologize for that. So in the meantime, a good, gentle, yet effective cleanser for the skin. And then just a good moisturizer that's going to give him hydration without it feeling and being too heavy if he's breaking out. Because again, you don't want to strip the skin.
Right.
And the sebaceous glands are like, hey, I got to produce oil. But I think getting a good cleanser is going to help the breakouts. It's going to help mitigate that. Make sure he's washing his face morning and night. And you can find a toner that's also going to help pH balance his skin and things like that.
I was just gonna say that too. Like Tracy, I don't know what he's using on his skin. If he's using like a soap, soaps tend to be, and I know when you're 14, you tend to go for a soap that's easier to clean the face and the body. But soaps are so alkaline, they're very aggressive, and the acidic mantle for a man wants to be right there at that 4.6 or thereabout. You want to find products between a 4.6 and a 5, because I think for us it's like, or is it a 4.5 and a 6? Because for women it's a 5.5 RPH on our.
You just went way above my pay grade.
And for a man it's a 5.8. So he's a young boy, so his acidic mantle wants to be at a 5.8. When we start to get dry, if it's not hormonal, a lot of the times it's due to the products that we're using, and the acidic mantle is way too alkaline. So to Scott's point, pH balanced products, like even a toner, is going to help to bring that skin's barrier back to homeostasis where it wants to be, so that the microbiomes of the skin can start to work to keep his face clear from the acne and the breakouts. And he just needs to keep up with the routine, because cosmetics are what they are. They're not there to alter an individual in any way. They're there to help minimize the appearance of, just in case PR is somewhere around in the building.
You're good. If legal is listening,
the appearance. That out, Tracy.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that sometimes we can overdo things. And that can cause more damage than good. Like, I was actually listening to your video about The Ordinary, and you have to be very careful about, and also like what things you're mixing. There's some things you shouldn't mix. And, I love The Ordinary. There's some things that they have that I just freaking love, but you do need to be careful in what you're putting on your face and how you're mixing things. Just always kind of use caution. Because I mean, if you scar or anything like that, it's things that you're dealing with can be a lifetime. So, okay. Last step. It may be a little bitty bottle, or a little bitty jar. But honey, this thing packs a powerful punch. Stress Repair Concentrate. This is a drink of coffee for your eyes. It also has that Botox-like ingredient, that anti-wrinkle hexapeptide. It also has the refining lipopeptide that I've been speaking about so much tonight, that addresses the vertical lines. So the 11s, the marionettes, the crow's feet. This is also great to use around the lip area, because you get those little fine lines from drinking all those cafe lattes or iced vanilla lattes from Starbucks and sucking on those straws. You get the little fine lines. So you can definitely use this around the lips. This also has a blend of white flowers that help with puffiness and dark circles under the eyes. So I always take just a little bit, and that's about the amount I use. And I just 2 ring fingers, and I tap up around my eyes.
Eye area.
And I bring it up under my brow. So this is an eye cream that you can actually use on the eyelid. It has a Persian silk tree extract that actually helps lift the upper eyelid area. You can use it above the brows. Like I said, you can use it in between the brows as well. You can use it around the mouth.
Okay, Tracy is saying too, the rose hip would help to soothe. I would say is this the Rose de Mai pure rose water? I would recommend that for him because rose water is known to be an anti-inflammatory that is going to help with any sort of inflammation he's experiencing.
Yeah. And then the rose oil is very soothing and nourishing.
Right.
So this is something that maybe he just did a drop and pressed it into his skin, and that's it. It's a dry oil, and again, so it's not going to cause him to feel extra oily or I don't like to say the word greasy, but that's if you've ever been oily, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, by 3 o'clock, you're like, enough with the oil today, okay? But this is not that kind of oil. It's a dry oil, so it's wonderful. Perfect. Yeah, you gotta cleanse and moisturize like that. Like to Sean's point, a good cleanser, good moisturizer, or a good toner, or a product like a toner, like rose water, a good moisturizer, and then sunscreen. You got to protect your skin. It's so important. But this little eye cream, this stress repair concentrate, if you notice on the jar, it just says stress repair concentrate plus. It doesn't say for the eyes. So you can use this anywhere on the face that you want to plump up a fine line, or you want to brighten, or you want to smooth out. So you can use it anywhere. So it's literally a wonderful little product. What about retinoids? Any product? Yes. So we have retinol products. We have our Retinol Intense Plus, which is a nighttime moisturizer that has encapsulated retinol that really helps kind of resurface the skin. It also has niacinamide to help brighten and help even out complexion. It's a wonderful product. It also has a magnolia bark youth complex that actually helps calm and soothe the skin. People can get a little sensitive with retinols, okay?
Yes.
It's pushing up and getting rid of a lot of skin cells, so it can cause a little redness.
Yeah.
Magnolia bark complex, magnolia is very soothing. And so we've added that in there. Plus the retinol is encapsulated. And so what it does is it goes down into the skin, and that encapsulation dissolves so that the retinol is released underneath. So there's no topical, there's no surface irritation, visible redness, things of that nature. And then we also make a retinol body treatment. So it's a retinol body lotion.
Oh.
And then we make a retinol hand cream that is to die for, especially now because we're all washing and sanitizing our hands like crazy people. But we should be.
Yeah.
And so it's been a blessing to my poor hands because they've been dealt a big blow this year.
Can I ask you a question? Because I know retinol is a derivative of vitamin A, right? And we have the Radiance elixir that have carotenoids in it. And carotenoids are actually converted to vitamin A. Is that going to give the same firming effect as a retinol, seeing that retinol also is a derivative of vitamin A?
I wouldn't think it would to the effect that a retinol would.
Got it.
To your point, it being a derivative.
Yeah.
I don't think it, I mean, it probably will a little bit, but if you're really wanting that kind of resurfacing and that retexturizing of your skin,
the concentration
retinol, you can go with the Retinol Intense.
Got it.
Yeah. But yeah, to your points, the carotenoid, I had to stop and think how to say that. Whenever we train, we always have the picture of a tomato.
Yes.
And that's like, it shows that into the skin. How do you lay your products? I like to do thinnest to thickest in consistency. What do y'all think? I have always been a firm believer in going from thinnest to lightest. So serums, moisturizer. Now, when it comes, let's throw you a curveball and throw an oil in there. A lot of people will tell you a lot of different things. We always have taught to do serum, then oil, then moisturizer. Now, there are some brands out there that really kind of made my mind. this summer when I was listening to a masterclass, they did the oil as the very last step. And I was like, wait a minute, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? And their thought process was that a lot of things can't penetrate an oil. So by putting it on last, you're kind of sealing everything in. So it's kind of, you know, that's not really how we describe it. And we have an in-house PhD, Marta, that is part of or actually is our director of product development and helps create the products and helps work with our labs and our people who make our products. And so she's very careful about what the ingredients are and how things are made. And so when I approached her about that, I was like, wait a minute, I heard this. Like, are we going about this the wrong way? And she's like, no, our oil, it could be a different kind of oil.
Yeah.
You know, it can be a different consistency. So Jennifer, to your question about thinnest, the thickest, I always agree on that. Yeah.
Here we go. So we have another question. My husband of 30 years.
Good.
Native to some of these products. All right.
You have to keep him looking good.
I love it.
You know, and you have to keep him on your arm, and you have to tell all those other ladies, he's mine. It's been mine for 30 years.
Is a lot of men don't do skincare routines, so it's really good to see you have your husband on his P's and Q's.
Yeah, like if you were to look at my brother and myself, he's 18 years older than me, so he's a good bit older than me. But if you probably look at me at his age now, we're going to look completely different because number one, I've been slathering in this stuff. I'm preserving myself for eternity. Basically, I'm going to be like Cher. It's going to be us and the cockroaches after the nuclear holocaust. We're only going to be things left. But he has worked outside all of his career. And he never took care of his skin. And looking at him, he literally, like the last time I saw him, I was like, Steve, you got to put a moisturizer on. And he's like, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? I'm like, whatever. Actually.
Oh, the oil.
Everybody's different, you know? Yeah. Now, Angela, let me ask you a question. Do you put your oil directly onto your skin or do you mix it with things? I'm a mixer. I like to blend my oil in with things. I'm not, unless I'm in like a very dry climate and my skin is like cracking, would I apply this directly to my skin? I'm going to mix this in with something else. But that's just me. We'll give her time to answer that question.
Angela, the clock is ticking.
Waiting. Inquiring minds want to know what you do, girl.
So maybe we should ask our audience a question about skincare. What is that one thing in your skincare routine that you cannot do without? We'll see who answers that first.
I'll tell you what mine is, and that's my rose water. I cannot live without this stuff. And a lot of times people ask me, what is your favorite product? What is your favorite product? And I always say rose water. Yeah. And they're like, really? And I'm like, it is, because you can use this in so many different ways. Yes. You can use it like a toner. You can use it to prep your skin for your skincare routine. You can use it part of your cleansing ritual. Keep a bottle in the refrigerator in the hot summer months and spray yourself when you come in from outside. I like to lift the back of my hair and spray the back of no, I'm kidding. Back of my neck to cool myself off. And then I keep one on my nightstand. I mean, there's so many different ways. You can use it as a setting spray. It's a wonderful product. Yachty.
There you go, Yachty.
Isle of Serum. So yes, these two little guys right here, perfect little duo, a little cocktail there.
Lorraine says SPF and retinol.
Yes, hand in hand, those two. You use a retinol, you better be using a sunscreen in the daytime, okay?
Penny is saying my favorite is SPF.
Yes.
Awesome stuff.
Yay. Our sunscreen is great for those of you who have never tried. I don't have one here with me, but it's oil-free. It's water-resistant. It's SPF 45, UVA, UVB, broad-spectrum protection. And what's fabulous is that it's invisible. So it looks like I don't have sunscreen on. And Sean, you wouldn't look like you have sunscreen on either. And that
Yeah,
is so wonderful that you
I
can
love
get an
it.
SPF 45 that's invisible.
Let's see.
Excuse me.
Oh, everybody's saying SPF. Oh, Lexi says for her, it's the tool.
Oh, good. Hey, Lexi. The bio massage tool.
Oh, did she say me too? Did she say me too? Or she said, oh, I think that was me too. I thought it was the tool. I would say for me, it's the rose water because it's great as a setting spray because I do like to wear makeup, but I love to use like skincare on top of my makeup too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm in love with this.
Rose water is fabulous. It's
And
like I can't live without it.
is it the Rose de Mai that has the Cylindrica Imperata?
The Imperata cylindrica is in the biolifting serum. So Imperata cylindrica is a tall grass.
Yeah.
That grows in very dry climates. And the moment a drop of rain hits it, it soaks it up. And it can hold on to that drop of rain for a year. So it kind of teaches your skin to kind of waterproof your skin and help retain moisture in your skin over time.
So this is more like, is it acting more like your hyaluronic acid, almost like a humectant, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so for us who are in the cold weather,
yeah, very
we
important.
need this in our life right now.
Very important. Yeah.
It is. Oh, okay. Lexi said she doesn't have the tool. Well, that is cool. What other question do you have, Scott? Do you have another question?
What was the other question? Oh, you're gonna have to remind me. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. We talked about this last night, and now I can't remember what the other question was.
Let me see. The Chantecaille rose water is the best. Let me see what the other question was.
Thanks.
We're gonna throw a question out here. Can't remember.
Did Angela ever get back to us about what she put that oil?
No.
We'll call her in the morning and be like, "You didn't answer my question."
Thank you so much, Lorraine.
Oh, thank you, Lorraine. It's a lot of work. I have to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. A big part is your DNA, your genes.
Yes.
My grandmother on my mom's side, I never met my grandmother on my dad's side. She passed away before I was born. But my grandmother on my mom's side, she was 90 years old when she passed away, and she looked like she was in her 70s. My mother, who is 85, does not look like her, doesn't look her age as either. Like, so it's a lot of it is your genetics.
Yeah.
Like you're just predisposed to look fabulous all your life.
I love it.
But good skincare definitely helps.
Yeah, and lifestyle does play into it too.
Yeah, take care of it.
Make sure you're not smoking or anything. Do you cleanse in the morning or just rinse? Oh, we've got some good questions coming in. Jennifer is asking, what is your favorite ingredient ever? Dun, 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 dun.
I have two.
Okay.
I would say that Skin Awakening peptide that is in the Radiance elixir has been something that has saved me.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're hyper virtually connected. This helps get me Zoom ready. Even if I have not had a good night's sleep the night before, I can put this on and I look well rested immediately. So that Skin Awakening peptide, which is something that we just launched this year. And then I'm actually going to say the refining lipopeptide that I've been speaking about all night. That's in the biolifting serum, that's in the Radiance elixir, that's in the gold recovery mask, and also in stress repair concentrate that addresses those vertical lines. Because like I said, horizontal lines for the most part are easier to address than vertical lines. Vertical lines tend to be a little bit harder to diminish the appearance of. So I would say refining lipopeptide.
And Jennifer says she loves peptides. There you go.
Polyglutamic acid. Now, what is polyglutamic acid? Now, she's teaching us something. Do you know what it is, Sean?
I do. I'm going to let her explain it. Go, Jennifer.
But there was a question about, do you rinse in the morning or do you
Yeah,
cleanse?
that was Lorraine. She's asking, do you cleanse in the morning or just rinse?
I cleanse.
I cleanse in the morning as well.
I'm a
I think
clean
it's
freak.
important to cleanse the face at least twice a day.
I cleanse in the morning. I'm also known as in the company the clean freak.
Yeah.
I'm a messy sleeper, if that makes any sense. I know that kind of sounds weird. I'm all over the bed. I'm in I'm like on my face, I'm just all over the place. And so from when I get up in the morning, I feel like I personally have to, just so I feel clean.
Right.
Now, I have heard a lot of my colleagues and friends who do just rinse. They'll take just a warm washcloth and rinse their skin or cleanse their face. Well, thank you, honey.
Thank you so much, Mindy.
Thank you for being here.
We wanted everybody to have a good time and to be involved with our nighttime session in our pajamas.
And my hands are still glowing. Are your hands still glowing?
My hands are still glowing.
I'm like,
so my
I could
favorite
be out on the
ingredient,
runway, like landing
virtual high fives.
Yes.
My favorite ingredient is 24K gold.
Oh, honey, yes. Gold for taste.
Gold for 5,000. Yeah. Just because, you're getting that anti-inflammatory and the antioxidant properties. And Cleopatra, she had beautiful skin. She used 24K gold. They said every night, every morning in her skincare routine. And that's what gave her that healthy glow. And she was so youthful looking. And everybody still talks about Cleopatra. So I'm going to go for the gold. I'm going for the gold.
Let me tell you, they always say, like, if you can invite anybody to dinner, if you could invite three people to dinner, alive or dead, fictional or real, who would they be? She's one of them.
Yes.
I've always, number one, they only discovered one coin that had her face imprinted on the coin, which we all know that doesn't really look like what the person looked like. That's the only reference to how she looked that has ever been found. So I just want to be curious to know what she looked like.
Right.
Just to see how beautiful she was. And I watched a documentary that she was a kind of just a mixture of Greek and African and Middle Eastern background. And so I can just imagine how beautiful she was and stuff. I mean, but she's always sounded like a cool person. So I always wanted to meet her.
I want to meet her. Her and Coco Chanel in one room.
Oh, honey. And Jesus? Yes.
Jesus?
Okay.
It's a good party.
That's a good, well, we have to be on our P's and Q's. We have to be a little nice.
Yeah, God is always a good choice.
Coco Chanel,
God is always a good choice.
I would die. I would die to meet Coco Chanel. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was washing my face in the morning. I have dry skin, so I skip the cleanser in the morning.
Yeah. Some people do that. Like my mother has been a person that every morning she gets up, she gets a warm washcloth and she just
wipes.
Yeah. Cleanses her face that way. So it's a personal preference. I'm not going to say you're wrong or you're right.
Right.
Again, it goes back to texture and how you like your skin to feel and how you like things to feel. And that is a very personal thing. And so I think you do whatever you feel the best with your skin.
Yes, I agree. And also, Mindy, just make sure that your products are pH balanced. You can get like pH strips from the CVS. Make sure they fall between that 4.5 and a 6, and that'll let you know too how to gauge your skincare routine as well. Is anybody else?
Did we find out what polyglutamic?
Yes. So she said it is similar to hyaluronic acid, but holds more water than HA.
Oh. I'm gonna have to do a little research on that one.
There you go.
I love me some hyaluronic acid now. That stuff
it's so good.
Yeah. It's so a good tried and true ingredient. Like I have been talking about hyaluronic acid since 1998, and it was talked about before then. I mean, that's probably.
We talk about the Rose de Mai just for a second.
Yeah.
because this is one that everybody talks about. I'm gonna let you bring some knowledge to it, but
Yeah.
this was on my top fives video.
So the Rose de May, it's pronounced May.
May.
May,
I
just
like
like the month.
my.
Rose de May. And that rose only blooms 2 weeks out of the entire year, and it only grows in Grasse, France. So in this one region, Grasse is known for its fields of flowers because it's in that kind of that Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
That is perfect for flowers, especially heavily scented flowers. And Sylvie was actually on a trip with Olivia. They were in Grasse, and they were looking for jasmine to put in a fragrance. And she happened upon this beautiful field of these delicate pink roses. And she was just captivated by them. And she said, we have to use this in some way. It's such this delicate smell. It's beautiful. It's this delicate pink rose. And so she says, we have to use it in our skincare. We have to use this somehow. And so that's kind of, it just happened. She happened to be at the right place at the right time, and they were in bloom. And, you know, it was kismet that she happened upon this field. And we have worked with the same family that grows these roses on their farm, and they've grown, it's been in their family for generations. We actually share the farm with Chanel. They use it as well for their fragrances. Now we use it for our skincare. But it's been in this family for generations, and they've been the perfect partners for us. And so what they do is early in the morning, when the rose blooms, when it's at its most powerful, its most potent point, they're harvested by hand, and they're picked, and they're put over into these baskets, and they're allowed to dry for just a few hours. And then they literally pour the rose blooms over into these big copper pots, and they pour artesian well water, and then they put a lid, and then they put heat under the bottom, put fire, and then it goes through a distillation process in this copper tubing. And it's 100% of the Rose de May essence that goes through the distillation process. So in our rose water, in our Rose de May face oil, they both have 100% of the Rose de May bloom in there. Now, when it comes to like our Rose de May face cream, which is my moisturizer, I love it. It's also in there. It's in all of the Rose de May family products. So we have the rose water, we have rose oil, we have the Rose de May cream, face cream, we have the Rose de May cleansing balm now that's brand new, and then we also have the Rose de May eye lift, and they all contain that Rose de May, which is extremely anti-inflammatory, very calming and soothing, really helps physically calm and soothe redness in the skin. It's a powerful antioxidant to help protect your skin. The Rose de May itself is rich in vitamin C, so it's a perfect ingredient and a perfect product to have. Now, that's in the Rose de May family of products. Now, all of our skincare has a base of rose water. We use rose water instead of regular water as the base of all of our skincare. All creams and lotions and potions have a base of water. We use rose water instead of just regular agua, okay? Because rose water is naturally anti-inflammatory. It's very calming and soothing. And so that, in a nutshell, is kind of the mantra of our skincare. It's all about calming and soothing the skin. Bye, Jen.
Bye, Jen.
I'll see you soon.
Good night. Thank you for being here. Yeah, that is some good. This is good. I've been enjoying this so much.
And I love the rose cream because it's a gel cream. It's not a heavy moisturizer, but don't let it fool you because you still get great moisture from it. You know, it's that. Now, that may be a good moisturizer for the lady that was talking about her 14-year-old son because it's a gel cream, so it's not as heavy as like a cream moisturizer, which may be great for someone who's going through the issues. Plus, there is a pre and probiotic in that moisturizer, and then there's a sweet pea stem cell, there's a dolichos stem cell in there. There's a wild pansy extract that really help with hydration and detoxifying the skin. So it's a wonderful moisturizer, Matrixyl 3000,
Yes.
which is a wonderful peptide to really
Peptide.
help address
Yeah.
fine lines. Yeah, it's a wonderful product.
I'm in love with this.
I
Love,
love
love,
it.
love. Anybody have? Oh, Lexi's saying good night.
Good night, Lexi.
Okay, so
We want to tell them the questions, like the trivia questions.
huh? No, not throwing out the trivia questions. I'm gonna let you tell them about the giveaway.
Okay, and then they got to go take the trivia.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't want to
The
mess
link
that
is
up.
below.
I'm about to blurt something out there that wasn't supposed to. So, Sean has created a little trivia, and it's based off of what we've discussed tonight. There's 2 questions, and you have to go to the trivia to find out what the questions are. And it's about some ingredients that I've spoken about and we've talked about tonight. But the winner will be whoever gets you have all these things you have to do. You have to first you have to sign over your 401k. No, I'm kidding. You have to follow Chantecaille. You have to follow Sean. Okay. You don't have to follow me. That's fine. I'm good.
Do you have a channel?
I have
Instagram. Follow him on Instagram.
I'm good. My dog actually has more followers than I do. What's that about? But the giveaway is a full-size gold recovery mask. And once we choose the winner, I will ship this out to you, and I may throw in a little extra something in there too for you to try.
Yes,
a little surprise. So a full-size gold recovery mask, which is butter. It's better than butter.
Got it.
It's a sleep mask that's wonderful. Really helps re-energize your skin. Has that refining lipopeptide to really help address the fine lines, the vertical lines. It has those anti-inflammatory botanical extracts. It's a wonderful, wonderful sleep mask. You don't have to just sleep in it. You can actually put it on in a concentrated layer and leave it on for about 20-25 minutes and then just rinse it off if you're going somewhere. But it's a wonderful, wonderful mask. So whoever wins it, you're getting a fabulous treat. And we just wanted to do something special to say thank you for being here with us tonight.
And the link is below for you guys to do the survey. And we will announce the winner in a week's time. So make sure that you, I'm sure a lot of you are going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's not. So if like a bunch of y'all answer it correctly, we're going to put your names in a fishbowl.
Yes. And then draw the name of the winner.
Pull it out.
There we go. There we go. But thank you all. First of all, thank you, Scott, for taking the time out
for having me
for this pajama party with me.
Thank you. Yes.
As we do our nighttime skincare routine.
Right. I'm literally going to roll out of the chair into bed. Right. That's right here next to me.
So we're going to roll into bed. Yeah. But we love you all. Thank you so much. All feisty and glamour and keep beauty real. I see you, Kelly. Carolyn, everybody for coming out and just being a part. Lexi, I appreciate you all. My coworker Simon came on. Angela, girl, hey.
My coworker came on too, Angela.
Yeah, we've got a lot of love, and we just really appreciate you taking the time out to be here with us, and just really grateful, Scott, for your time and
my pleasure. I'm always
and
here.
Education and knowledge, all this good stuff. So I will leave Scott's Instagram down below. If you have questions for him or Angela, just give them a DM on Instagram.
More than happy to help anytime, answer any questions. Also, Chantecaille.com, we have live experts that are there usually from 9 a.m. to about 8 p.m. Eastern. A team of people. Sometimes I'm on there. Sometimes Angela's on there. So if you ever have questions or you have you don't know which product to use, or just go on there, we're more than happy to help anytime.
Yes. Chameleon Glamour Guru Nay. Yes, everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And just remember, Scott and Angela, they're there. They're there. And
thank you, Sean. Thank you so much.
Oh, you got it.
You
Bye,
stay
everybody.
warm. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Hanukkah. Merry
Have a
Christmas.
wonderful night.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.